Hi class, I'm following up on the material that I provided, the Stephen Covey material that has been in your week 6 folder. And there's some wide-ranging material there, plus my commentary on the 7 habits. It does lead to probably some natural questions, and the very first being that if you're going to take an inside-out approach to leadership, are people going to notice? That's a valid question, actually. I'm not going to dismiss it. The fact is that these are subtle things, but people pick up on subtle things. People pick up on mannerisms, on behavior, on how closely people are aligned between what they say and what they do. And it shows up. It's important. It's important in organizations. Sometimes people have this mistaken belief that, well, if I'm nice to people, then they'll be nice to me and they'll do what I want. I mean, that's actually not not an effective leadership style. And yet people seem to think it is. It's good to be nice, don't get me wrong, given alternatives, but there's more to the story than that, and you don't inspire confidence in others simply by agreeing with them on things. It's just not necessarily a good way to go. Now, there's also this kind of hyper-realist school that seems to think, well, I have to act like a leader in order to be a leader, and acting like a leader involves a certain kind of social norm or script, to where I dress a certain way, I speak a certain way, and I give orders, and that is sufficient to make the case. In other words, you again put on those trappings of authority and use that to carry the day, regardless of the actual content of what you're doing and maybe your own behaviors. I think we've all had that experience of people who have authority, but frankly are not particularly inspirational leaders. They don't walk the walk. This is walking the walk. And in my view, it is effective. It's not instant, but at the end of the day, over months and into years, people will see the merit in this, and I think will also emulate that style as an effective model. So that's what I wanted to kind of point out, because sometimes there are skeptical views about if these 7 habits work and their connection to real world leadership. They do work. They're not instant, and I'll just leave it at that. And we'll see if we can make some connections in our work moving forward. Okay.